Hey guys, I'm gonna do a little walkthrough of the setup in the building. So I drew a quick diagram. So we've got DMX coming out of the booth, right? It goes two places. One of them is to the working dimmer. This is in the closet of the men's bathroom downstairs. That controls house lights, the left and right sides as they shoot down. It controls the bridge under lights that shoot down from under the bridge. It controls under the mezzanine. That's its own circuit, and then it has a few open ones. That's only about four of the circuits. There's two that go up to the stage, and those are just wound up wire with wire nuts on them. And then there's two that supposedly say on the diagram bridge, and I haven't been able to find where those cables go. So looks like there's four unused dimmers on this that could be potentially accessed if we wanted to do a little bit of wiring on that. Okay, then the other 12 circuits are the fried dimmer DMX. This is fed by that 100 amp breaker that we've switched on and off, and that has power that comes out of it to these outlets, these 12 outlets and the patch system right here. So 10 and 11, these were the shooting up bridge lights that shoot up to the ceiling in there, and I unplugged those and plugged them into extension cords, and they're working now. So we can just have those available and usable. There are two circuits that are just working. They're not dimmed. They just turn on and off. They aren't controllable by DMX or anything. They just are on or off, and that's 14 and 15. That controls those floodlights that I mentioned and the center par on the stage. So the way that these patch cables work here is that these patch cables are basically long extension cords that plug into the outlets on the stage. So you've got like all of these outlets on the stage light bar or on the bridge, or there's a couple other places, but those patch cables are basically long extension cords that if you plug them into these outlets here, when they are juiced by the dimmer, then they power up. So like for instance, 10 and 11, the cords, these patch cords that were plugged into those, run up to the LEDs that are shooting up into the ceiling. That's how that works. So basically the idea would be that we would get rid of this dimmer, and instead of a dimmer here, just put circuit breakers that come off this 100 amp circuit breakers here that feed these outlets here as hot all the time, 100% power, and then we just decide which of these plugs in the ceiling we want to use, and then they are all of those fixtures up there are then controlled by DMX. So that's the wiring diagram and how it all works with this patch system and the outlets and all of that. Here's a map of the building. So my thought was that, okay, we've got all the house lights on, dimmers 1 through 8, and then I wondered if we would take the Fresnels that we have 5 of them, and plug in maybe 5 here, or 3 here, and 2 back here. Basically those things are good for just washing the stage, and like making sure that it's kind of a nice even lit up section there on the stage. You know, we could do that. I thought that would be a good way. You can either do 5 here and just point them at different angles so that they kind of add some dimension to things on stage, or we could, with the insurance money, buy a little bit nicer of maybe a few like spotlights, like ellipsoidals. So we have maybe 3 ellipsoidals to be able to direct at specific places on stage, and then we could do that. I don't know, just some ideas based on how much money we have to spend. Okay, and the RGBW wash lights, those are pars. I was thinking maybe we could put those up here on this. This is one of those beams that go across, you know, put those here shooting down on stage to add some dimension, or we could access, back up here is 2 of the circuits from the dimmer panel that is still good. We could harvest 2 of our existing incandescents from here and put them up here shooting down back this way to add a little bit of backlighting for people on stage, and that actually would add some depth and dimension to people, so it looks like they're 3D and not just flat with light coming from one side. So that's my idea. We've got circuits here. We've got all the circuits on this bar. We've got circuits here and here on this beam. So we could put some pars here shining down. Like we could put colored ones here. We have 4 of those. So we could do 2 colors on each side and kind of wash the stage with color if we wanted to, like the front of the stage with color. And then these 2 back here could be backlights shining backwards like this to add some lighting effects. So that's kind of a walkthrough of the way things are looking right now, and hopefully that makes sense to you. I don't know if, you know, we can keep talking. Obviously, we're not going to move on this quickly, but that's kind of a walkthrough of the circuits and how they're all working together.